Tracy McGrady was one of the most polished scorers in the NBA. He had a mark on the league as a star during the 2000s, most notably his days with the Orlando Magic and Houston Rockets, which served to be his greatest times in the NBA. Tracy was one of the best, a 7-time All-Star, 2-time scoring champion, most improved player, was on the All-NBA first team twice, All-NBA second team 3 times, and All-NBA third team twice. We all know Tracy's incredible 13 points in 35 seconds to will the Houston Rockets in a comeback victory over the San Antonio Spurs in the 2004-2005 season. Tracy was a star, but there was one thing he lacked in his career: a championship. Tracy struggled to make it out of the first round in his glory days in the NBA. This would be something to haunt Tracy his whole career. Mixed out with constant injuries, and Tracy's career began to spiral downwards after the 2007-2008 season. Due to his injuries and Houston finding success without Tracy after making the playoffs in the 2008-2009 season, the Rockets without him would go on to the second round and push the Los Angeles Lakers to 7 games, but eventually lose. Tracy underwent arthroscopic surgery in that same season and wouldn't play a game until the 2009-2010 season. He returned in mid-December, but the Rockets ended up giving up on Tracy, shutting him down for the season and awaiting a trade for him, which he would end up getting. Tracy would be then traded to the New York Knicks on February 18th, 2010 in a 3-team deal that involved the Sacramento Kings. Tracy in his debut with the Knicks would score 26 points in an overtime game against the Oklahoma City Thunder, giving some hope that Tracy is still Tracy. But his numbers would decrease that season and from the 2010-2012 seasons. He would have stints with the Detroit Pistons and Atlanta Hawks, where he wouldn't be the Tracy McGrady of the past, playing only as a role player on the teams. At this point, Tracy's career was already set in stone. He wasn't going to be the man of a team anymore, and the only mission left before retirement was to win a championship by any means necessary. In the 2012-2013 season, Tracy would have a stint in China with the Qingdao Eagles, where he averaged 25 points, 5.1 assists, and 7.2 rebounds on 49% from the field and 33% from 3. in 33.3 minutes per game. Unfortunately, the team placed in last. Sad life. But his basketball season was not over, as in the United States, the 2012-2013 San Antonio Spurs was the best Western Conference team and were prime championship contenders with one of the best defenses in the league. They finished 58-24 that season. But before the Spurs entered the playoffs, they made one last transaction for the season. On April 16, 2013, the San Antonio Spurs signed Tracy McGrady, and it was announced he would wear number 1 for the team. This was finally Tracy's last ride in the NBA, his last chance, his last shot at an NBA title. Tracy wouldn't play a game until Game 4 in the 2013 NBA playoffs in the first round against the Los Angeles Lakers. Those poor Lakers. With a little over 5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, the Lakers were down by almost 20 points, and they were down in the series 3-0. This game eventually would be won by the Spurs, and they would advance to the second round. Finally, Tracy had made it out of the first round. He gets that nightmare out of his head, even though he basically contributed nothing and didn't even do anything meaningful. But alas, he is out of the first round. He would play in more garbage time minutes through the course of the playoffs, only attempting 7 shots, scoring nothing, grabbing 8 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 steals, 3 blocks, 2 turnovers, and 1 foul. Yikes, but that's more than I can do. So I guess he did alright. Fans basically realized that Tracy was not going to play meaningful minutes, and he was only on the Spurs to ride the bench to a championship. The Spurs ended up making the NBA Finals against the Miami Heat, and that series went to 7 games. Tracy basically played in meaningless minutes, but his pursuit for a title was drawn near until, well, this shot in Game 6.
James catches, puts up a three, won't go, rebound Bosh, back out to Allen, his three-pointer, bang! Tie game with 5 seconds remaining! Spurs do not have a timeout, but the officials are going to review to see if that...
Yeah, then LeBron dominated Game 7, won Finals MVP, and the rest is history. After this, Tracy was basically done. His career was finished. He wasn't going to sign with another team after the finals. And on August 26, 2013, he officially retired from the NBA. A sad move because Tracy was a guy that truly deserved a shot, a realistic shot at a championship and a ring. That opportunity was never there throughout his career. But ironically, the Spurs would go on to win a championship the very next season, where it's just like a WTF moment for Tracy.
It's been 16 years, man, playing the game I love, dreamed about, and I think I've had a great run, and it's come to an end. I think I'm excited and I'm happy about what's next to come, and it's time to walk away.
So you're retiring?
It's over.
It's over. What,
happily
really
announcing that it's over.
I didn't see that when we saw each other at the finals. I saw a guy aching to play. Thought that he still had a lot left, that he could have helped this team.
And I still do.
Right.
I still have a lot to play to really give, but I can't allow myself to settle. The last 3 years have mentally ejected me from the game. Mm-hmm. So if I can't be engaged and feel that I can play the role that I feel that I can play, then it's
so officially retired from the NBA. Does that include China?
I knew
no.
you was gonna bring that up.
I know you love China.
I knew one of you guys was gonna bring that up. Officially retired from the NBA.
This was a sad ending to the career of Tracy McGrady. A Game 6 blunder by the Spurs and the Ray Allen hitting that shot. That is not the way you want to go out, and especially riding the bench, and your career was a star. Tracy throughout his career was an athletic, savvy scorer and one of the best of the 2000s. The great Kobe Bryant even said that Tracy was the toughest guy that he has ever played against. Tracy was one of the best, but due to injuries and playoff shortcomings, the championship was very far from him in his prime. He easily had one of the biggest downfalls in the NBA, from a most improved player to a star to, unfortunately, a bench warmer.